Beautiful ignited souls, we are ready for a new creation. Beautiful ignited souls, thank you for joining me, Crimey Queen, your partner in crime. Yes. Okay, I want to celebrate, but they are so many, the energies are so intense with the subject matter. It's kind of like difficult, but I'm trying to celebrate, however, because there's still a need to celebrate. Anytime we have an achievement, it's important to celebrate. But sometimes the achievement does not come in the sort of flavors of the deliciousness that I often make reference to on this channel. In the sense of knowledge is so beautiful, such a wonderful delight. But on the other hand, what I'm talking about is that we have had an outpouring, you could say an outpouring of information of sexual assault. Now, there are two things why I speak about celebration is that when this happens, it is not pretty. It does not, there's no deliciousness in that. But, however, we know it is time for a cleansing. That is something to celebrate. We know that the woodworm is coming out, and that is something to celebrate. We know that someone is likely to get punished or reprimanded, whatever it is. That's something to celebrate. We know that there are other people who would at least pay attention of their behavior, even if they have not been caught in the act. They might say, well, you know what, I don't want to go down that road, and so they might think about changing their behaviors, and that's something to celebrate. And I strongly believe that when things like that, the outpouring of this, the nature of sexual assault in the media, where a celebrity or person of influence is being called out on that kind of behavior, that is to say that the universe is not playing. It's not a joke. Or even if it seems like a play, like a game, every every act has got has has got a stage or a state of maturity in which it reflects that act that is being played out. So I make mention of this, and I made a video before, and I thought I didn't even want to mention this person's name, but of course, because I just felt that we don't really want to be giving too much energy to that name, but there are two sides of the coin. We have to really tackle the coin as heads or tails. That's two sides of the coin. And I wish I could just, let's see if I can really pull this up. Because I'm speaking of Brother Polite, which I rather say Brother, well, just impolite. Because I watched another video of him interviewing a person who had been sexually molested, and he had been very strategic in saying, did is it Dr. York or whoever he sees as his spiritual oh, I've got a butterfly in here. This has happened before. A butterfly. This is time for, this is what I'm talking about. It's a metamorphosis taking place, a cleansing, a changing. Things are happening here. And so, I'm hoping I can, this hair,
that this isn't right. I've been touched sexually. I've been sexually abused. Not one child out of all these children. It could have stopped so long ago if just one child or just one adult. What caused all of this to come out? First, you hear nothing from nobody. Yeah. You hear nothing from nobody. Then you hear something from everybody, all at the same time. They might not have been.
In fact, I've got to stop this and show you how.
I would say that it was, you know,
From this point, he.
you know, and so from 7 to 14, 7 years that I went through this, you know what I'm saying? And that's my story. Would you say there's been over 20 children molested by Dr. York? I would say so. I mean, I would say that it was, you know, for if I could confirm people that I could strongly confirm, it would be about 15 or 20 people. Obviously, if over 15 to 20 people, children were being molested, we have to now say, how come the adults wasn't saying nothing? Shouldn't they be locked up with Dr. Young too? How come they're free to testify about it? You understand the adults were separated from their children. You know, so you had the girls in one house, the boys in one house, the women in one place, the brothers in one place.
Okay.
Everybody was separated. So
Okay. So, I play this little part of the video because it's to show how manipulative some people can be, or pedophiles, or people who carry the sexual assault propensities, or they have it so strong they don't realize how it comes out in their language. So Brother Polite is asking, would you say that there have been about 20 people? He is not asking about or saying, how many people do you think had been molested by Dr. York or whatever his name is? He's saying, would you say there were about 20 people? Now, at that point, I'm thinking, oh, he's being empathic, or there's a degree of empathy here. No, but he is being very strategic to say, so are you telling me that having about 20 people, not one of them could have spoken before, not one of them could have said something, not one. This is the sickness right there. I just want to point this out. People, if you have not understood, and I'm thinking anyone who has been sexually molested or raped or had any violence being done to them, it's that the perpetrator, they have formulated, they are very strategic, and they have formulated an act, if you like. It's a template, a formula. They have created something that works. It's almost like it has been tested time and time again, that they can continue to molest child after child after child. It works because they have known it to work with one child, and they would use it on another and use it on another and use it on another. It's a formula. It's a course of action that is strategically applied. And for someone to try and defend another person who has been convicted, and I'm not saying that one person, that there is no one who's been wrongly convicted of such crimes. There have been people who have been convicted and innocently convicted. However, in cases of majority of people, you will find that they have displayed certain propensities to commit sexual crimes against children, minors, and people think that it's okay to try and defend these people. Right now, we can see that this video was in 2017, that it was published. And now in 2021, we see every seed, every word that we speak. This is why I say that our words are like seeds. They actually bring forth after its kind, meaning that the words may be positive or negative, or maybe they're not, but the meaning we put on them, the intention, the vibration, it will reveal itself. And everything has its day. Like they say, every dog has its day. His time has come. The unfairness in that interview of a young man being molested from the age of 7, his sisters were molested, and you were interviewing this person to say, you mean to tell me one person could not have spoken before? It's like almost saying, no, you're telling a lie, that your sisters weren't molested, or you weren't molested, and if you were, why didn't you speak before? As if that is the question here, not the molestation that's in question in his view, but is that people are talking. Why is it now someone is talking? When it comes to molestation, there is always someone to question, why now? Why now are archaeologists going digging grounds and finding evidence of anything which they could make sense of our lives? Why now is anything? Why now? Now is the time. Everything has its maturity. Yes, there are laws and regulations and policies in place that make that serves as point of reference. But when you are sexually molested, you are not saying, oh, I'm thinking, oh, I've got 10 days for me to make this report, so I better go and quickly make the report before the 10 days expire. That's not how you think. You are experiencing shame, blame, pain, embarrassment. You are feeling helpless, hopelessness. You may not be believed. You don't think anyone's going to believe you. This young man is saying his sisters went forward before he did. And he's a young man, molested by the same person. Because there is a formula that the perpetrator uses that gags you until you're choking and it's like you come up for breath. And then sometimes you're not even aware that what is being done to you is something that is wrong. Your body tells you, yes, it's wrong. But you think the person who's doing it to you is like saying, no, it's okay. I even had someone saying to me that, oh, I've checked in the Bible. I didn't, they find points in the Bible to try and justify what they do. Because as I said, you are the Bible. Every word in the Bible, every punctuation mark is within you, and everyone can always find something to substantiate what they are doing, thinking, and saying. But by the laws that govern us into what is supposed to be a healthy lifestyle or a healthy mindset, there are things that tell us this is not right. For the laws that govern you to becoming a healthy person, the behaviors of that intrusive violence, it does not mesh well. It rubs against the grain. So, brother, you have been very impolite to not only behave the way it is that, well, we don't know all the details of this 14-year-old. As I say, there's a lot going on about 14. This young man as well in the video was saying from the age of 7 to 14 he had been abused by a man for 7 years. That's the number 7. Like that whole template of creation, if you like. Number 7. And I am glad that he has had the strength and tenacity and courage to speak up. That is breaking the law of silence. It is almost sad that people have to endure so much to get other people to realize this is not right. So I am bringing out a sense of awareness to letting you know that, look out for the signs when people are speaking. Who are they looking at? Who are they befriending? How do they speak, of people or children, or in which is the line is very thin. But you will come to understand what has happened to you, how you too might have behaved towards someone because something happened to you. You may have had a propensity or a manner to role play what had been done to you. Find healthy ways of understanding by seeking a sense of understanding, of having self-awareness. So it is 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'm going to just thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe, people, and of course share the videos, because we need to raise awareness, and not just about that, but to find healing. Because as I say, this sexual intrusion creates a sort of defect, and that defect in itself, whatever rests in that template, it bears after its kind. We need to break those cycles. Thank you. Stay ignited. I am Crime Queen, your partner in crime.